of 18th October 2020 as a deliberate scheme to defeat of the principles and values of good governance I have alluded to: transparency, accountability, procedural fairness, and public participation. Who did these violations? We are also here to call people to account. Who did it? Between the time we left Senate around midnight, between the time Senate closed business around midnight of 7 October 2024, and the time we woke up to the presidential communique of 18th October 2024, in that night, the Bishop Oginde-led Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission is documented in the President's memorandum to have received, processed, and given a clearance to Honorable Kindiki. That night. My lords, history is important, and I may not remind you why our Constitution prescribes that our presidents be sworn in during the day. We were all adults, we know where that comes from. It's one of the most autochthonous provisions of our Constitution. And therefore, when things happen in the night, we have reason to have our antennas high. Between the time Senate rose on the night of 17th October 2024 and the time we woke up in the morning of 18th October 2024 to the President's communication to the National Assembly, we were told that the IEBC, which we now know is not properly constituted, has no commissioners, had purportedly cleared Honorable Kindiki in the night. I'll not say much about KRA because I think KRA can work overnight and we will not complain. But it was that memorandum. The other culprit was the President himself. The President of the Republic of Kenya undertook these clearances overnight, and in the morning had a clear, proofread memorandum. Exceptional efficiency, we celebrate that. To Parliament. Then the National Assembly itself. Now this is curious. The National Assembly itself had called a sitting prior to the resolution of the Senate. The sitting was called prior to the resolution of the Senate. To sit on a day, ordinarily not a day of sitting of the National Assembly, to process a resolution of Senate it had anticipated, the removal of a deputy president from office, and processing clearance or approval of another deputy president. We sit here as judges observing these events as they happened. I don't know who among us was proud now putting on the cloak of citizenship. We have a judiciary of Honorable Richard Mwongo that arrested this process in its tracks to give in the far corners of Ongoya.